What's up, guys? Welcome back to the On the Pursuit Podcast. On this podcast, we connect with movers and shakers, anyone that's on the pursuit of their journey, that's looking to motivate and inspire others. And on this episode, I'm excited because this is the first episode that I'm actually have a couple on the episode. So welcome Nicole and Brian Jenkins, both entrepreneurs and actually a married couple. And they're actually going after their dreams and goals right now. And I had to bring them on the podcast because I have so many questions. And we connected at the Make More Offers Challenge online a couple of months ago now. With Myron Golden. And I just naturally gravitated to you guys. And we've been staying in contact ever since through social media. So it's my pleasure to welcome you on the show and look forward to digging into it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man.
100%. So just to kind of open things up, how's it like working together as a married couple?
Well, for me, I absolutely love it, man, because, you know, I'm old school when it comes to all this social media stuff, like super old school. Like I'll still get out in the streets right now with 50,000 flyers and put them in people's hands, business cards. Give me your number. I'll give you my card. You know, I'm so used to that, man. That's what I've been promoting all my life because I was a nightclub promoter. You know what I'm saying? But man, if it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't be on Facebook. I wouldn't be on Instagram.
He'd probably just be signing up for Facebook like this year.
Man, because I'm like, when I first saw it, when she was like, you got to get on Instagram, I'm like, for what? They don't do nothing but put pictures on there talking about what they eating. I'm like, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So now, man, she's changed my life. You know, I'm 54 years old. I married a younger wife, you know, so she's 41. So 13-year difference. But it'll make us 13 million. And that's where I look at it. It's going to make us more than 13 million. But what she knows compared to what I know now, it just meshes together, man. And a lot of my boys, they hit me up like, Big B, man, bro, how you stay in the house all day with your wife? I'm like, dude, how do I not stay in the house with my wife? You know what I'm saying? I'm 54. I don't did all that stuff y'all trying to get me to still come do. I'm hanging out in the nightclubs, drinking every day. That's over with. We trying to get this over. Let's get it. We trying to save some lives around here.
100%, 100%. And how long have you guys been married?
Christmas Eve will be 7 years this year. We've been together for 12. So we were together for 5 years before we got married.
All right. So let's talk about that journey real quick. So let's talk about the journey of getting married and then actually being business partners and entrepreneurs. So from your perspective, what has that looked like?
So I'll kick that one off. We actually met in the gym. So I was in my background was in corporate sales for 10 years. And I reached a point where I just felt completely unfulfilled. I knew that I was not going to climb the corporate ladder and, you know, be a VP. I just didn't see it, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I took some time, did some soul searching, left corporate and my good salary to go into fitness, making peanuts. But I knew that that was a starting out point, but I knew that I would eventually grow to building a business. So when the gym that I started at LA Fitness and he was the VP of the LA Fitness. So I came in for my interview. I had a suit on and stuff to interview at the gym. Look, I didn't know any different. So I was there interviewing and I had a couple interviews first and then he was my last interview. So
look,
so they made you go to multiple interviews?
Yeah, in that same day.
Same day.
Okay.
So she was coming in as a trainer, you know. So when I started walking in, I told the rest of the guys, I said, don't nobody say nothing to her. I got this. You know what I'm saying? It's about the goes downs. So when she sat down in front of me, I said, you're hired. She was like, what you mean? You didn't really interview me. I said, I interviewed you when you walk in. You just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So you're hired. I hired my wife. I knew one day we was going to get married.
So when I started training, I was setting up my first personal training business. I knew I just needed to get the experience in the gym. But Brian, being an entrepreneur from all the years in promoting clubs, he helped me set up my first boot camps, my morning boot camps. He was like, look, because when I started LA Fitness, I was making $6 a client. And then we had half hour sessions, $6. That's what y'all, I said $6.00, $6 a client for every half hour. We had half hour sessions. So Brian heard, he was like, you ain't what? He's like, no, we got to do something about this. So he helped me put together my first morning boot camp. So I started making $3,000 a month. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I started a weekend outdoor boot camp. he helped me set up clients. He helped me learn the process of running a boot camp and training groups of clients. So he helped me in building the first stage of my business at the time. Was called Powerline Personal Training. So he helped me set that up. So we worked well together even then. And I really like, he helped me upgrade. Like the song Upgrade, like he was like, no, we got to get you together. We got to get you right. We can't have you out here making $6 a client.
Yeah, man.
So he helped me build that first phase. And then we reached a point where I was going to leave LA Fitness. He left LA Fitness, and we developed our business together, our now business called Live, Train, Eat. So we were doing, at that time, we were just doing in-person training, but in-home. So being downtown, we have a lot of high rises down here. So we would set up tables. I would call all the management offices and set up a table in the lobby. We would have breakfast in the morning, like it's like little samples that we would pass out as people were coming out to work and, sign up for our email list. Or we would do happy hours in the evening, sign up for our list, and we give them some wine or something. So we were still pounding the pavement then, and we weren't really in the digital space yet. It took us a while to really make that full transition. This year, we just made our full transition to being 100% digital. So we were doing well. We would average like $30,000, $40,000 a month in person, but we're fulfilling all of the sessions for the $30,000, $40,000, and it takes a lot. You can only take on so many clients. You can't take on more than really 8 clients a piece because you're doing hour sessions. You still gotta eat, sleep, have some sort of, because we're working all the time. And but I think what works with us, we realize what our strengths are. So my strength is the digital, the back end, the operations, functional training. Like I'm the trainer that's going to have you doing bear crawls and burpees. He's the strength and conditioning focus, and I call him the closer. Like he was not going to leave a meeting without getting that credit card swipe. So yes, I call him the closer. He's the guerrilla marketer, the beast, the closer. So I'm not trying to step into his space, and he doesn't step into mine. And I think respecting those roles is what makes it easy for us to work together. And at the end of the day, we genuinely like each other. I was never a big relationship person. I was like, man, someone in my space, I like being home alone, get out my space. And now I couldn't imagine, I never knew that I would be in a marriage like this, where we're together all the time. And I love it. Like when we're apart, we're like, hey, when you coming home? Because it feels weird. And not in a codependent way, but just we really enjoy spending time together. And we've had a lot of fun going through the phases of building our business. So this year, we just recently, I had to tell him, stop taking on clients. Because someone asked him, are you taking clients? Yes. I'm like, no, not taking clients. Oh, man. We're just online, some of the websites. So we just, for his birthday, just recently made the 100% transition. We're not training clients in person anymore. And everything is 100% online. And that's when we launched the ebook, and we have our challenge coming up. And
what's up, y'all? It's Brennan Boyd, speaker, productivity coach, and host of the On the PRST Podcast. And I want to talk to you all about my brand new book, The 8 Secrets to Success Playbook. Now, this playbook is jam-packed with all sorts of value. So if you're a coach or a consultant or an expert and you're looking to 5X or even 10X your business, you definitely want to grab a copy of this playbook. I'm talking about conversions, lead generation, high ticket offer, continuity offer, the power of speaking, the power of making a book for yourself, promoting, advertising is all in this playbook. So you definitely want to make sure that you grab a copy. Click the link below, get a copy of your playbook, and I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, we have a fitness app too that's available on the Apple Store now, and also Google Play Store. It's called Live, Train, Eat Fitness. So I can program everybody's workouts completely through the app. I can see when you're checking in. I can see when you check out. I can see how many sets and reps you did.
And then there's videos. So let's say you pull up a back workout, you click on the exercise. There's a video of one of us demonstrating the exercise as well.
Yeah, so it's cold-blooded, man. So that thing is going to change the game, because if somebody called me right now, B, how much you charge? I'm like, man, I charge $125 a session, in person. So
5,000.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Myron say 5,000.
Numbers is up. Yeah,
man. So, but one of the things that really made us transition into this digital space was COVID. You know what I'm saying? That really shut everything down. I'm like, okay. And before COVID, it was my accident. I fell. I tore both of my quadricep tendons completely away from both of my kneecaps, so I couldn't walk for 8 months. When I say I seen my wife at another level, bro, the way she took care of me, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't get up off the couch by myself. I couldn't get in the shower. She had to undress me and wash my back and wash my body all over, you know what I'm saying? Just for me to function throughout the day. I couldn't do nothing on my own. So then after COVID happened and my accident, I'm like, damn, this shit really hit. It really put a dent in our income. So I'm like, okay, we got to do something. And then she was like, well, I can go get a job. I'm like, no, hell no. No, we got this. You know what I'm saying? So I said, baby, right now you're officially retired. I retired my wife. How old were you? 36.
36. He did. Yeah. So even with our business, I was still kind of dabble back and forth in corporate. I'm like, well, let me go get these benefits. Well, let me, that I was doing that double dutch. Like I was working both sides and right.
right.
And this one company, the last company I worked for, they did me so bad. I mean, I put in so many hours, work from home. In a lot of companies, people think, oh, working from home is great. Working from home is great. But then I was also working on Sundays. They were headquartered out of Auckland, New Zealand. So our Sundays, their Monday. I was getting emails at 3:00 in the morning. I had to respond if I wanted some stuff done. So it was just, I put so much into it. And they laid me off on a Zoom call. It was like, I'll never forget. It was a Monday. And they were like, yep, we're eliminating your position. I don't want to drag this out. Okay, bye. I was like, what?
Wow.
And
at least they were decisive and they didn't string you along, right? It could have been the other way too.
True. And next thing HR sat down, I'm like, I was so stunned. Like, what just happened? And I went into depression after that. Like, I was so depressed. Like, what in the world? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, what? And he is like, look, we're not doing this anymore. And I was 36 and I'm now 41. He's like, you're not going back to work. And I have not worked a job since 2016.
Yeah, man. So, right before she came to LA Fitness, I had recently started at LA Fitness probably like a year before she got there. And before that, I was only doing network marketing. I was a big time network marketer. So, I've done several companies and I was always at the top level of every company I've ever did. And so I even brought her into one of the companies back then as well. So we was doing presentations for that particular company inside LA Fitness because it was a health and wellness business that we were doing. So we would set up products and all this stuff inside the kids club and do full presentations. I have everybody. I get on the microphone in LA Fitness, like, attention, everybody. Listen, this is Big B. Come to the kids club if you want to try out these great supplements. You know what I'm saying? Everybody bum rush the kids club. So we making money from our network marketing business as well as getting paid for what we're doing in LA Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it was just so easy just to step away from that, man, and just do this full time. I absolutely love it, man. I'm 100% non-employable. You can't hire me no more.
I'll admit there have been times where I was like, do I go back? Do I? And I just know that's not the answer. I feel like I've been laid off from like 3 or 4 companies. And I just feel like that was the universe. Like, no, this is not it. This is not it. Like, kept trying to. So that's why that last one was so big. Like, I'm trying to tell you, this is not it. Direct your attention somewhere. Like, your purpose is somewhere else. And I will say, I mentioned not feeling fulfilled with fitness and what we do to help people change their lives and live better, improve their quality of life. It's the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done. One of the best feelings is when someone tells us how much, they're feeling better, their confidence has improved. The biggest thing is when they come to us saying they were able to come off a certain medication. Man, I've been working out. Yeah, I was able to come off this medication. That is like, it feels so good to be able to have that kind of impact on somebody's life.
Yeah, I've trained a lot of stars, bro. A lot of stars, from the NBA, from NFL.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so also a lot of movie stars, and so I don't like putting this title celebrity fitness trainer on my page, but basically I have been. I don't train those guys anymore. I got a couple right now from a couple of TV shows right now that I'm currently training. But man, it is fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? I love to see a person change. They call me the body changer around here because I get results. So if you want to lose weight, I'm gonna help you lose weight. If you want to build muscle, I'm gonna help you build muscle. If you want to get stronger, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I love seeing the confidence change. You see a shift in just the way they see themselves, the way they walk. Like that's the best feeling in the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so you guys said a lot. You guys said a lot right there. A couple of things that stuck out to me, right, is well, you talked about Nikki. You talked about transitioning from corporate. So you were kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So obviously you got Big B with you, but like, what was the switch inside your mind to then go 100% into entrepreneurship? So what was that like for you? Like, what made that mindset shift? What was it that made you go there? Was it getting laid off from your job that last time? Was it the confidence from your husband, or was it something within yourself? Like, you know what, I'm just gonna go all in to this because this has to work. Like, what was it for you?
It was all of the above. I will say, growing up, my father always told me, you want to own your own business. You want to own your own. You want to own your own, right? But he was CEO of the company that he worked for. He was president and CEO. But I didn't see him as being an entrepreneur. He's saying that you should do this. But I'm like, but you still got this job. I mean, he made great income and he had a great role and position. But I think it made a difference seeing it. But when I got out here in the corporate, and I would see how companies would treat people. You're a number, because I work for big pharma, I work for big tobacco. So you see how they go through corporate reorganization, how people just get chopped. Now they give you a decent severance package at least, but I would see how the people were treated. I'm like, man, this isn't long term. I know I need to do something. I'm going to give myself a time limit. I need to be out of this whole corporate thing. And then I mentioned, feeling unfulfilled, reaching a point where like all my bills were paid, but I still didn't have I was in sales too. I still didn't have the flexibility in terms of my income to do all the things I really wanted to do. But I will say, so one, just knowing the seed in the back of my mind, I knew I wanted to own my own. I take direction well, but then I don't enjoy taking direction. And I mean that by saying, I'm gonna speak freely.
No, please do. This is what the pod is all about.
So when my first big job was working for a big tobacco company. And one of my mentors there is a Black woman, and she's like, look, don't fall into the rest of this mess. Don't dip your pen in the company ink. This is all about chinning and grinning. And, you hold it together and you go home. And that chinning and grinning gets exhausting. It's exhausting. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with any more of the corporate politics. And being Black, the last office I worked in, I was one of the only Black people in the entire company, and the company was nationwide. I was the only Black person and woman in the office I was in. So some of the conversations I would hear would just, it would make you cringe if I told you some things I would hear during the day. I didn't say anything, because I'm not there to debate. I'm there to get my stuff done and go home. And just not wanting to deal with that anymore, knowing that there was more out there for me. Also knowing, again, going to that part where I wasn't feeling fulfilled. Like if someone is out and you're working a job right now and you just know that at the end of the day, you feel lost, or you don't feel like you've actually helped someone or helped someone change, help someone improve their life in some way, I feel like it's time to do some soul searching and see, think about what you really want to do. So it was part of the seed. I knew this wasn't for me 100%. 2, it was the feeling unfulfilled. I didn't like that empty feeling when I would come home from work. And 3, I got pushed out the bird's nest. It was like, all right, when the universe, I call them redirects. So when the door slams shut, it's not that we don't go banging back on trying to open it again. Usually if we just turn around, there's a big door wide open, in the other direction, but we focus so much on, oh man, but this opportunity that, I just thought, we didn't lose anything. This the universe or God directing you someplace else that you should be. Hey, that season is over there. Now we need to be over here. And I will say that the confidence in my husband placed in me, because he was already an entrepreneur before me, and me feeling comfortable enough to stay out of that double dutch. That was a huge help too. Just having someone in my corner that believed in our business, believed in me, was not saying, hey, this isn't making any money yet, go get a job. Having some, especially in your house, if I know that there's some people who live with a mate or a spouse and they don't necessarily support what they're doing. And I couldn't imagine what that feels like, because the journey as an entrepreneur is already challenging. mentally, the mental mind shift to keep pushing yourself, stay in that uncomfortable space so that you can continue leveling up. It's a challenge just by yourself. So if you have someone in your pillow talk at night saying, hey, this ain't gonna work, I can't imagine what that feels like. But having someone in my corner did make a big difference. Like coming home where he was like, okay, I got this, do what you need to do. I got this. All right, what do we need to spend on to help this grow? What do we need to invest in? What do you need? That helped a ton for me to have the confidence to now I don't even think about going back to work. It's not an option.
That's funny that she said she don't think about going to work, because one of my boys called me about a week and a half ago. He was like, B, man, you think Nicole want to get a job, bro? I got an opportunity, man. I think they paying like $300,000 a year. And I'm like, nah, bro. I said, she ain't gonna take that. He was like, what? $300,000 a year? He was like, man, y'all must be doing damn good. I'm like, look, I said $300,000 a year. This should be putting up the $1 million a day as we about to be making. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, you should be getting $300,000 a month, 2 months, something like that.
Right. So all I can think about is, I take $300,000 a year, I would be thinking about all the money I would be missing because I took that $300,000.
Yeah, I mean, you're only really getting half of that, 60% of that anyway. So it ain't really 300. It's like 160 maybe. You know what I'm saying? 170. So you're not really getting 3. It's just 3 on paper. You know what I mean?
Man, not only that, then 100% of all this social media stuff, it'll be shut down because I don't know how to do what she know how to do on social media.
Yeah, true. So you're gonna have to hire. So that's an expense to be. Another thing that you mentioned earlier, which I want to give Brian a chance to touch on, was being a body changer. And one of the things that stuck out to me where you saying how you guys get fulfilled when you have a transformation from a client that gets off of medication, right? So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that because there's people that they may get in a situation where they, like it might be the high blood pressure, maybe stress, depression, whatever the case may be. And now they're living with having to take medication every single day just to get through the day, right? So can you talk about the impact on working out, what you do to help somebody not only level up their mindset, but pouring into themselves that eventually get them off of that medication? Because a lot of people feel like, well, the doctor says I got to take it, so now it's just a part of my life. So now this is just something I do every single day. And that obviously there's so many side effects, so that doesn't lead to a healthy quality of life. So can you touch on that?
Oh, look, I want to jump in just really briefly. So I mentioned I work for Big Pharma, and I actually one of the top, I think they were number 2 largest pharmaceutical company in the world, and I sold hypertension medication. So I called on the top cardiologists, nephrologists, and primary care practitioners in the Chicagoland area. And one thing, because I used to have lunches with them all the time, and I used to be being still in fitness at the time, I would ask a lot of questions like, man, I need to learn everything, like what happens when you put people on this medication? What happens when they come off? What can people do to prevent themselves from getting put on this medication? And they told me, Nicole, these pharmaceuticals don't cure anything. They help manage the symptoms. They're not going to cure the root cause of why someone's hypertension or blood pressure is high. It just helps them so that they can still survive and get through the day and be a mom, a wife, a business, career person. It does not cure the root cause. And once you're taking that one pill, it's going to cause side effects, and you're going to need another pill for that side effect. And it's going to be a cycle, and it doesn't end until you get to the root cause of what's going on in your body. And I'm so grateful that I had that experience, especially being in the fitness space, because I would have never known that had I not been talking to doctors on a daily basis and learning from them and having that opportunity to learn specifically with hypertension, with how common it is in the Black community. And now, with us still being a health crisis, depression, high blood pressure, anxiety is at an all-time high. But I just wanted to share that real quick.
Yeah, man. So I had 2 situations that really stuck out to me in my career of personal training. I had one lady come in to get a membership because I sold the memberships. I didn't want to do personal training because of the fact that they only made like $6 a session. So, and plus, getting a personal trainer is a luxury. It's not a must-have. You know what I'm saying? If you get it, it's a form of luxury. So a person didn't have to purchase it, to come to the gym. But you do have to purchase a membership. to get into the gym. So I had to sell what a person must have, and which was memberships. So I had this lady come in. When I saw her walking towards me, I knew it was for a membership. So she was obese. And when I say that I had to hurry up and get up without her seeing me, because my chair was kind of wide. The chairs that sit for her to have a seat were kind of narrow. So I hurried up.
They had
armrest. Yeah. So I had to hurry up and get up, switch my chair around, and then take one of the narrow chairs just so she could sit down. But she didn't know I did that. So when she came over, I'm like, go ahead and have a seat. So she sat down and got all her information, and she was embarrassed when I said, hey, because I had to, get her fitness goals. What are you trying to accomplish? She was, well, basically, I want to lose some weight. And then she was like, I need to come off my blood pressure medication. And I said, well, how much do you weigh? She did not want to tell me, so I'm like, look, I'm here. I said, your biggest thing is that you came into the gym. That's the biggest step, that you're here. I said, so don't worry about, I'm not going to go blast it. Hey, look, she weighs this much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking all her fitness goals down, and then we do a body fat assessment. And then I walk her around the gym, put on the treadmill so she can see how it is. And bro, when I say I started the treadmill, she started walking. The treadmill malfunctioned, bro. That's how much she weighed. So it stopped.
Damn.
So I'm like, man, something's wrong with this one. I said, don't worry about it. Come on, let's go. So I didn't want her to know that it stopped because she was too heavy. So I brought her back to my desk. And then I said, let's do your body fat assessment. So I did that. And I had her hold the thing. And then when it stopped, I took it. Her body fat was so high that it was unmeasurable. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even read. So I'm like, I said, we got some work to do. I said, don't worry about it. So then she signed up. I said, hey, I'm going to hold you accountable. I said, if I don't see you in here every morning, I said, what's your workout time? She was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, if I don't see you, I'm calling you. I said, matter of fact, I put a check. I wrote a list with her name on it, stuck it to my desk. And every day if I wasn't there, she had to sign in that she had been there. So I wanted to hold her accountable. So she did it for a while. And she started losing weight. And then she got to the point where she could get on the actual treadmill. 2 or 3 months into it, I didn't see her anymore. And she already told me that her blood pressure had gone down some, and she hadn't come off the medication, but it was on the decline. So I don't know what happened to her, man. And I was giving her free personal training because she couldn't afford it. So I'm like, okay, you can't afford it. I'm going to help you, so because I didn't have to train her, you know what I'm saying? Because she couldn't afford the training, but I did it anyway. And then I had a lady who was like 87 years old, and she used to follow us around the gym trying to do the exercises that we were doing. And I would see her, she would fall because she was trying to do lunges. So I went and got her. I'm like, look, I said, because she couldn't afford the group that we were all doing because they were all paying me a certain amount to teach the boot camp. So I got her. Man, she could barely walk, bro. By the time she trained with me for 3 months, she was doing hanging leg raises. She was doing lunges because every time she tried to do a lunge before, she would fall. Man, she started doing them with dumbbells, little light dumbbells, all around the whole entire gym. Because I used to have all my clients do 4 corners of the whole entire gym, lunges. And bro, she made such a great improvement. Blood pressure, gone. You know what I'm saying? Diabetes, no more. So that makes me feel good. I felt good way more about that than anything, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way I treat all my clients, so it's not all about having big muscles and none of that, People look at me and that's what they think, but that's not the case. So, man, I just enjoy what we do, man. I love changing people's lives.
If you're a coach, consultant, expert, or specialist, there's only 3 things that you need to take you from where you are right now to where you want to go. And those 3 things are this: a roadmap, consistency, and the right coaching. So if you're coachable, if you can follow a roadmap, if you're ready to be consistent, I invite you to jump on a call with me or someone from my team, and we can lay out the play to get you from where you are now to where you want to go. But I'm going to be honest, not everyone is ready. This system isn't for everyone. This is only for someone who is ready and willing to be committed, who can follow a roadmap, and who is coachable. So if that someone is you, I invite you to jump on a strategy call with me or someone from my team. We'll lay everything out for you. All right? My name is Brendan Boyd, and I'll see you on the other side.
So one of the things that you mentioned there, and I don't know if you knew you was doing it back then, but obviously I know you guys are probably up, you're up on it now. You are offering a high value content offer back then, because you were over delivering on the value for that client coming in, just getting a membership, like that daily accountability, that check-in. Hey, if you don't show up, I'm going to give you a call. Hey, you for some reason you can't get into the group, but hey, I'm gonna let you in anyway, or I'm just going to implement some workouts so you can incorporate that into what you're doing. So you were already doing that, and I think that's very, very important as we transition to what I want to touch on now, which is obviously like the evolution of your business in the digital space. And then obviously having different offers and having different products and setting up your business correctly moving forward, because there's a lot of fitness trainers that are just doing a one-on-ones. They're just doing one-on-ones. They may have a boot camp. A lot of fitness trainers undervalue their services and price very, very low for what they do. I got a bunch of friends out here that are trainers, and they're not priced properly, right? So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, let's hear about some of the products and services that you guys offer, those price points, and what would be right for a particular client.
So we wanted to have different levels. We wanted to have like a step in terms of the levels of service and the level of product or fitness program that you're going to get. So the first is our ebook, which is $37. It's called 7 Steps to a Flat Stomach. So y'all, I said 7 steps, y'all. Steps, not 7 days. So don't be emailing me at customer service. So look, it's been 7 days since I working. No, so 7 steps to a flat stomach. So that's the first level. Now in that, you're getting a full fitness program. We got together and wrote out everything we know about when people come to us and say, hey, I want to lose belly fat. We put it all in the book. Everything we know, everything from the reasons why you gain fat in your midsection in the first place, ways to get it off that don't relate to exercise and nutrition, because stress is a big one, sleep is a big one. Outlining all of that. Yeah, same water, outlining all of that and giving some detail on that with full nutrition plan, with the grocery list, how to structure your meals, a menu plan with clickable recipes, and then they're getting a full workout program. So 3 quarters. So
they're getting all of that for $37.
Yes, sir.
Don't make that.
That's a brain right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure we were giving everything. Even with the workouts, there's some bonus content where they get the video demonstrations of us doing the workouts, and there's some coaching that we have in the bonus content. So all that's $37. So next up is our challenge. Our first challenge is our first challenge will be over by the time this airs, but we're going to do another one in January coming up. So y'all New Year's resolutioners, already planning to get it together. So next is our challenge, which we have it's going to be 5 days. So we have 5 days of live coaching with us. So VIP is we have VIP and general admission. General admission is $97. We're going to get the recordings in our Facebook group. And VIP is going to have a live Q&A call an hour before, and they're going to get all the recordings of our actual coaching. So we're doing live Q&A for an hour, live coaching with us. We're not talking about workouts, y'all, because that's also another part of it. Live coaching where each day we're going to touch on a different topic, trying to help you transform the way you look at exercise, getting your mindset together, making sure you get your commitment level together, holding yourself accountable. All those steps, we're going to take you through that for 5 days, as well as part of the program, you're going to get our app, as well as 5 days of workouts in the app. So that's going to give you a chance to use the app, get comfortable with it. All your workouts will be literally available from your phone. Walk in the gym, tap on your workout for the day, and all you have to do is just execute it. And I feel like I'm leaving something else. So we got the coaching, got the workout. I feel like my brain just went. But
you got the book. You book the 5-day challenge.
Yeah. So the app and workouts and the app. And so then our next step up is our high ticket program, which is called Strongest for the Longest. So we're going to teach you and help you become the strongest you've ever been for as long as you possibly can. So it doesn't matter if you're 20 years old, if you're 70 years old, we're going to show you how to build strength. That is our specialty. And we don't do follow along workouts. So if you're looking for like the kind of aerobic style coaching, that's not our style. No. Our jam is strength training, teaching you how to get started with lifting weights and building strength, because once you build strength, you're going to build muscle. You build muscle, you're going to burn fat, and you're going to completely transform the shape of your body without having to do hours and hours of cardio, because I know that's a lot of people result to that because of lack of knowledge. But in this program, you're going to get 12 weeks of workouts, and we're going to have coaching calls every week. And through the app, also you have in-app messaging. So if something's going on, you can message us. We're going to message directly back. So it's more of a high touch, but that's going to get our clients to the goal a lot faster. It's going to take a level of commitment, but you commit to the 12 weeks. We are going to change your body. You're going to experience a complete shift in the way you look, the way you feel, and the way that you look at the way you view healthy eating and exercise. It won't feel like some people view it as you're getting locked down. Like, oh girl, I'm on this diet. Oh, I gotta do this workout. No, we want this to be something you look forward to eating your healthy meals because you feel good. You look forward to getting these workouts in because you feel so great afterwards, and you love seeing the progress that you've had. And you want to continue having that progress. So those are our 3 levels of coaching, and definitely our high ticket is going to get people to the goal the fastest.
Yeah. Gotcha. Then after that, we're planning on doing a big event where we're going to do like a fitness retreat.
Yeah.
We're trying to find a location. We're going to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico on the 2nd of December through the 7th. And we're going to scout out some locations out there because we've been there before. They had a really nice gym. They had some big conference rooms. So then I'm going to get some celebrity fitness trainers to come down with us as well. So I'm not sure what that ticket is going to be, but
so we want that's going to be a luxury retreat. So we're not going to hold people hostage. We're not going to make you work out all day and eat rabbit food.
Right.
Just a couple hours in the morning. We're going to take you through the workout. We'll do some coaching. And then the rest of the day, you'll have to play and have some fun and fun.
Yes,
so why is it important for you guys to have these different levels? Like I have an understanding of that. But for like the listener or the viewer of the podcast right now is checking out the episode, maybe they're in fitness, maybe they're starting a business, or maybe they're just a personal trainer and thinking about kind of going off and doing their own thing. What is the importance of the various offers?
Well, I would say the most important thing is that when people pay, they pay attention. So the minimum level that we have, which is the ebook, So we have had so many people that purchase the ebook that haven't even opened it up.
Of course, yeah.
You can see when people click on it when they open it.
Happens all the time.
Man, bro. So with the larger offers, they're going to be into that. You know what I'm saying? And they'll stay committed because that's just like with us. We came into the offer mastery and paying the money that we have to pay to get in and all that stuff. But man, it's an investment. So I never thought I would be doing nothing like this online. But when I paid that money, I'm like this. Let's go. Yeah. Yes, sir. So that's one of the things. What else do you think?
I was going to say also when you have new customers or people are getting familiar with you and your business, they need to feel comfortable enough to take out that credit card. So not saying that a price will do that, but giving them different levels of their comfort with you. So once they spend the $37 and they see that experience, we completely over deliver in the ebook. Okay, now what else do you have? So I feel like those levels are important because that's going to not only just will help them with their level of comfort, but knowing that, okay, well, if I invested $37, they gave all this for $297, man, I'm about to see some changes. And because it's also going to fast track with the levels of programs you offer, that's going to fast track you to the end result, which is changing your body. So ebook, we give you all the information, but you're going to be doing you're going to be going at your own pace and kind of doing that on your own. We gave you the information. If you do it, it'll work. But if you want us to be, in your face with some accountability, then that's what those higher levels are for.
And it's kind of important that you said that because a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, they want to run out and grab customers, right? They're just trying to get as many customers as they can. So they're going wide, they're not going deep. And basically what you're talking about is building that relationship with your consumer and going deeper with the ones that you currently have, which is going to increase your income and increase your bottom line. If you have 100 customers, but these 100 customers are continuing to buy from you, you're going to make much more revenue, and your cost per acquisition is going to be much lower because you're retaining your existing customer and your existing clientele versus every day you're out scrambling to get more customers.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of entrepreneurs are doing that. Like they're like, oh, I need another one and another. And they ignore the fact of building a community, or, these 10 customers just spent with me this month. I can go a little bit deeper and offer them something else and offer them something else and offer them something else. So I think it's very, very important that you mentioned that. So I'm definitely happy to hear that you touched on that.
And also with fitness, well, just I guess with entrepreneurs in general, but I want to kind of touch on fitness because we do see that in fitness, it's very common that they'll undervalue what they offer. Like we have the ability to literally change someone's life, their look, their skin, their hair, the way they feel, their health, get the doctor bill down. But sometimes they don't see the high value of what they actually offer. Like I'm seeing I'm telling fitness celebrities offering programs for like $19 a month. I'm like, $19 for you?
Yeah. But I say the same thing. I'm not even a fitness trainer, but I'd be like, bruh, I don't understand. Like I just went to a fitness event last weekend, I think it was. No, 2 weeks ago. A friend of mine, he had it, and me and my boy went up, and I went through the whole thing, and it was like 2 hours, and we paid and everything. And I'm like, bro, this was $15? I'm like, this was $15? I'm like, first of all, you need to click the link. We need to have a consultation. $15, bro. I mean, Grant, and he had like 40 people there. Right. And it was food and giveaways.
Oh,
wow.
I'm like, and he had a couple of vendors there too, giving, they were giving out some stuff too. I'm like, bro, I don't believe this was $15. So again, that's to your point. There's a lot of entrepreneurs in general, but especially in the fitness, in the fitness category, that are severely undercharging for their products and services.
Yeah, I'll just briefly say with my fitness peeps out there, teach, educate. I see a lot of, especially on social media, I see a lot of pages where it's like, oh, look at me work out, and oh, here's a workout. But what else? It's not just the workout. It's not just look at what I ate today. Educate people. And if you don't have the education to teach people about how you get to the mindset to eat healthy, then you need to go get some continuing education courses. It's part of keeping our certifications up. But we should, especially in fitness, with entrepreneurs, period, we should always constantly be educating ourselves because the scope of what's happening out here changes so often, especially in fitness, because there's a fad diet every year. We need to know how to handle that. We need to know how to counter that. We need to know how to tackle that. But but teach, open your mouth. Don't be afraid to get on that camera. I don't understand people being afraid to look at this phone and talk.
At the end of the day, people talk to people in real life. You can't erase that or delete that or draft that.
Right.
So there should be no reason why people are afraid to be in front of a camera, because you can just get rid of that if you ain't feeling it.
And I honestly, I was having a conversation with Brian this morning. I said, you know what? Because someone asked me about some fat burner yesterday, and I'm going to go live today and talk about it because I want to address the ingredients and just let people know what's happening. We're doing people a disservice, especially in fitness. We're doing people a disservice if we are not educating and sharing what we know. If we are sitting here with our mouths shut, we're leaving people open out there to be, to potentially put their health in jeopardy, to waste money on these fad products, to potentially, we're not helping them if we're quiet.
Yeah. A lot of the ingredients, man, a lot of people don't know that when you read some of those things, or if you can't read them, like my wife said, if you can't read it, don't eat it. But they have so many different things that are known to cause kidney and liver failure. You know what I'm saying? So, and they just don't know. So when she looked at a couple of ingredients yesterday, so yeah, she's going to talk about that. But, another thing too, like some of the guys that I came up with in personal training, they still are undercutting, like when we first went live, when we first left LA Fitness, we were selling training around this area where we live. So we have high-rise buildings over here. So I would go to every building, get the full email list of the entire building, 400 or 500 people in every building around here. So 1 month I sold like 42 paid in full sessions. So paid in full 60 sessions, $4,900 each one of them. And I did like 42 of them, you know what I'm saying, up front, paid in full up front. And we couldn't handle that volume. So I'm like, okay, let me call some of my homies that I know I can pay them $50 a session and let them get that money. Man, I did that, bro. You would be surprised of the amount of people that tried to undercut my prices, people who I look out for, like, well, hey, how much did Big B charge you for these sessions? Yeah, well, I'll charge you this. One of them just happened to be my uncle. Uncle called me like, B, this fool just tried to charge me. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, he's done. He's fired. But man, and I'm talking about he tried to go $25 a session on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow. Then I had a guy put his sessions on Groupon, a Groupon offering, you know, and he gives great content. This dude got his own gym. He's doing so much for the kids, all that, you know, and the brothers, he's undercharging.
I mean, that just tells you like he doesn't know how to build an audience. He doesn't value what he's putting out. He doesn't value his products and services to that point, because if you're gonna, and obviously there's nothing wrong with a discount. There's nothing wrong with, you know, having a sale or whatever case may be, or having offers that are not premium. But if you're on Groupon as like your main point of sale, or if you're undercutting someone, or if you're, you know, if that's your strategy, you know, it just lets you know how you view yourself and how you view your business and where you need to get stronger at, you know, cultivating the audience, building the audience, and actually believing in what you're putting out. Because like, you know, you and I, you know, we were in that to make more offers challenge. You know, the premium was $297 for that. But then when you come out at the end of that, you have the opportunity to jump into a higher level of coaching. That's $22,000, you know, right. And that's at a discount. You know, I spent $50K so far on my own personal development and coaching programs and things like that. So I know what I would charge for, you know, a client in a particular program or product, which is still to me a discount.
Yeah.
Even at that premium price is a discount, because then you just want to go up, because the more information that you acquire and that you invest in, then you can just simply raise your price, because that transformation is going to happen faster, or it's going to be a larger transformation, and you're just passing that on, right? One of the things I definitely want to get into is just like for entrepreneurs that are on the move. You know what I feel like? There's some entrepreneurs I speak to, they're like, oh, I didn't even eat. It's 2 p.m. You know, what are some healthy tips and strategies that the busy entrepreneur could incorporate in their lives so that can make sure that they stay healthy and they're consistent with their fitness?
Well, before we go there.
So I'll do food, you do the workout.
Well, check this out though. What you said about entrepreneurs not eating until like 2:00. That was me, bro. She used to have to get on me because I would be in my business and I'm just focused, and I'm like, man, I got to make these phone calls. I got to put these emails out. I'm doing this and doing that. I'm in recruiting people. I'm doing presentations live. Man, I'm like, damn, I ain't eat breakfast. I ain't eat lunch. She'll come and just close my computer like, eat. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know better than that.
And I did know better. But man, I was chasing that money, man. And I just got caught up, you know, so.
But yo, if you were going to an appointment and you was in the car wouldn't run with no gas in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. And then you'll see me later on at night trying to be on the computer, and I would be like this.
Typing the wrong thing, falling asleep.
Right. I'm like, damn, why the lines just keep on going? R. Go ahead, though. I'll answer the first part.
Okay, so I'll take food. So nutrition, you're busy, you're on the go. My first suggestion is to meal prep. So on Sundays, I know meal prep is like a dirty word, but I cook everything in a sheet pan. So you can literally cut up some chicken, throw it in the sheet pan, 20 minutes in the oven, done. So you'll have a full pan of chicken for the week. So I don't like to make, you'll see some people with like different containers of like chicken and rice and green beans and like 7 containers. No, I don't do all that, because by the second day, you'll be tired of it. So I do the chicken, so that way, maybe if I want chicken and vegetables, or I'll throw it on top of a salad, or I might throw it in a tortilla. So you'll have some options with your protein. So that's my biggest tip for entrepreneurs is prep your food and have it ready. Now, I know this, hey, if you can't cook, I got a suggestion, hire a meal prep service. And now it's a lot easier these days. Yeah, so much easier these days than it used to be. Even like 5-6 years ago. So hire a meal prep service. They look on social media, or do some research in terms of, what's in their food. Look at the sodium levels, because some of them are natural, or some of them, they dump a bunch of sodium in them. So just be careful when you're looking at that. But hire a meal prep service where you get your 3-4 meals a day for the week. Most of them will ship it, on a weekly basis. So you'll have all of your meals. So then everything will be made, and all you got to do is just, pop it in the microwave. So that's my tip 2 for that. 3, you're busy and you're out. Do not go to please stay away from fast food, y'all, please. Please don't. But get out of that processed food, fast food, because all you're doing is filling your body with chemicals and your body's not getting the nutrients it needs. As busy entrepreneurs, we need all the energy that we can get. We want all the nutrients that we can get because our brains need the nutrients to be able to function and be creative and execute the way that we need to and perform like high performance. We need to be eating high performance food to have a high performance lifestyle. So we're going to nix that fast food. But let's say, you're in the gas station, you're hungry. Grab like some jerky or trail mix. Don't grab a candy bar. Don't grab those chips. There are ways that you can eat while you're on the go. And I mean, literally from the airport to the gas station where you can grab things that are healthier. I'll see like the dried fruit, or like I mentioned, jerky.
That might be a good little guide for you guys to drop in the future, because I think, like if you're a traveling entrepreneur, like you just mentioned, going into the airport, driving into sometimes rural areas where you don't have like premium, fast, healthy options that you can jump into.
Right.
What are some foods that would be on the okay list to keep you moving and grooving? So I think that might be a good piece of content, whether you guys drop a guide or just talk about that. Because, I've experienced that. Like I'm out and about and I'm like, okay, when I was really focused on real estate, I'm out and about. What am I going to eat? I'm just out here. I'm like 45 minutes away from the city. What am I going to eat? And I normally find myself grabbing a water, and I'm more plant-based. So like, then I would just get some fries real quick. Like I might just go grab some fries real quick from, like In-N-Out or something, or, whatever that fast food spot is, just grab some fries. Cause I can't eat nothing else, cause there's like nothing else. So I just get some fries, get some water, the water to counteract all this, like you were talking about the sodium. So all the salt that's in there. And then I would just use that to tie me over to get me back when I'm back around. I can actually have a salad or have my meal or whatever. But I think it would be really important to have that information available. Like, what can you do when you're on, you got a layover or two, you got all day of flying. What's kind of in that little convenience area that's in the terminal. So if you're not at like a really, high premium airport that has options that you can actually step into, because like, Logan Airport, Boston, where I'm from, they actually have some nice like restaurants inside of some of the terminals. But if you're at some of these older these older airports that don't have better options for you, what do you eat if you're trying to stay, either stay on your diet or stay away from food that's not going to be serving your body, that's not going to be high energy. I think that would be good information for for us to have and be available for sure.
Yes, we'll definitely do that, because the airport is one of the hardest. And
it's tough.
Some of you said some of the restaurants, they may have restaurants, but they might not be like, it depends on where we're flying, going out of O'Hare here in Chicago, that they'll have a sit down restaurant, but they'll be serving us pizza and burgers. Well,
yeah, pizza, fries, burgers, Mm-hmm.
Or you might not want that wilted salad back there. It's like, what, I'm good. A lot of times I'll bring a protein bar, and I'll say this, guys, about protein bars: turn them over and look at the ingredients list. And like Brian mentioned, my thing with food, turn over the package. If you can't pronounce the ingredients, if you can't read it, don't eat it. But there are protein bars out there that have all natural ingredients that you can read, and I'm a fan of grabbing those just to tide you over till you get to where you need to be.
Yeah, and as far as the workout is concerned, it's 24 hours in a day, man. I don't even like to hear nobody make those type of excuses, because when I was at my busiest doing all the network marketing companies that I used to do, I still found time to get my workout in, even if it's 20 minutes. 20 minutes. If you're in your living room, you can't go nowhere, man, drop down, give me 50 push-ups. Drop down, give me 20 push-ups.
First thing in the morning, though, because those days get busy.
Oh, yeah. First thing in the morning, you get up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Man, give me 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Treadmill, bike, walk around your building, walk around your house, something to get your heart rate up, So I really don't believe in that. Oh, I don't have time, as far as, especially when it comes to working out,
Look, at these days, if you have time to scroll, you have time to work out.
100%. I normally do it like I'll go work out in the morning, but then every single day, ever since I started doing the 75 hard challenge, like at the beginning of the year, one of the things I just got from that is just walking. So I walk every single day, 45 minutes. So I do my workout in the morning, and whether I hike or just walk around, my neighborhood or whatever the case may be, I always do that. So that's something that people can just incorporate too. You could just go on like B was saying, 20-minute walk if that's all the time that you have. And if you still need to scroll, you can scroll on the walk.
Man, exactly.
Just not bumping them out.
Just don't try to cross a busy street while you scroll.
Plus, I noticed when you get your workout done first thing in the morning, I don't know, I have the best ideas right after that. Your energy is up for the rest of the day. So especially as an entrepreneur and we have these long days, getting it for first thing in the morning, it gets it out the way. Your schedule's clear, your mind's clear. Because I don't necessarily I miss the days when the phone was separate from like your music. I like to just have my brain shut out for that time. And you'll just get the best ideas. You'll feel motivated for the day. Like you'll be hyped for the day, especially doing it first thing in the morning.
And if you're traveling, man, when you book your hotel, search that hotel, make sure they got a gym. It's at least something with a treadmill and a bike or something like that. Even if they don't have no free weights, every place we go, I don't care where it is, we're going to find a hotel that has a gym.
Or a gym nearby.
Yeah, or a gym nearby. And most of the times, like I have how many memberships I have? I got so many gym memberships in Chicago, and LA Fitness, of course, because anywhere you go, pretty much there's an LA Fitness somewhere, so we keep that one, and but yeah, we find a nice place like this hotel we're going to, Hotel Musai in Puerto Vallarta. Hey, I just plugged y'all, Hotel Musai. Man, y'all need to be looking out for us. I just gave y'all a big plug. Yes, sir. It's going down. So, but they got a gym, bro. The gym is amazing. It's the
best hotel gym we've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's a 5-diamond resort. You know what I'm saying? Not a 5-star, 5-diamond. It's off the chain. 24-hour room service. It's about to goes downs. And then after that, we leave and we go see Myron. So
that's gonna be good. So before we kind of bring this to a close, definitely a couple of things I want to touch on, and I want to give you the opportunity to plug the challenge and also plug the book again. But for people, I think this is really important because I think you guys, not only as entrepreneurs, business owners, and a married couple, I think you stand for a lot of inspiration in terms of couples being able to work together. Partners being able to work together and flourish in business, and then also maintain a relationship and maintain, things outside of that business. Because obviously you got to pour into the business, but then you got to pour into yourself and then also pour into each other. So can you talk about that? If the, young people or, because I'm the same age as Nicole, so 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, just people in general. So if you have a business and you have a partner, how are you able to kind of bring that together successfully? What are some things that you could give for people that are listening that might, inspire them or encourage them to kind of work with their partner and find some success in that?
So I'll say the most important thing that makes things run so smoothly with us is just recognizing our roles. I don't, like I said, he's the closer, he's the guerrilla marketer, like he's the big marketing guy. I do it, but I'm not as great at it yet as he is. I don't have the level of experience that he has. And I'm fine with him having his role over there. And I'm fine with me being over here, focusing on operations, getting the digital and all the software and things running, like that we don't step into each other's lanes. We also make sure to, when there's times he's literally seen me sit on the floor on the laptop crying. Like, what's wrong? And I was just like, well, this isn't this way. He will literally pluck me out of the house and we go somewhere. He recognizes when we need that break, paying attention to our relationship. Because I will say it, working together and in your business, it's easy to just talk about business all the time, where there's never a separation. There's never any off time. We don't shut it. And my brain is always going. So for me, it's hard to shut it off. But, scheduling time when it's just y'all, like part of our time together is going to work out together. It's like a date for us. So we have fun. We joke around. We go out to lunch afterwards. That's our time. We don't talk about business, and that's our time pouring into our relationship to make sure that we're paying attention to us And same thing with him. If I see that he's stressed, like I'm up in here doing comedy shows, I want to make sure
tap dancing.
I don't want to say like all the stuff that I do, like try to make him laugh. But just we recognize each other's strengths. We also recognize where our weaknesses and try to help build each other up consistently.
Yeah, and we still go on dates.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I still date my wife, you know, concerts. I'm talking about whatever something that comes in town and she wants to see it, man, we go, you know, and I think that's real important. And like she said, man, we laugh in this house every day, like all day sometimes, man, just having a great time and still getting business done, you know, no interruptions. And, you know, she's a great cook. So, you know, we don't have to go out and eat if we don't want to. But sometimes when I just like, okay, baby, you don't have to cook today. We're going to go out here. We're going to go there. We're going to have a nice meal, have some fun. You know, she wanted to go to the haunted house. Not the haunted house. What was that?
The pumpkin patch.
Yeah, the pumpkin patch. Last week, we missed it because we kept having calls, you know. So, but that's okay. We got a lot of stuff coming up, man. So we just want to stay consistent, you know, of being together and just having a great time, you know. And I got so many friends, bro. I just can't imagine how their household is. I'm like, damn, man, you going through all that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you and Nikki ain't had no arguments. I'm like, bro, I said, we haven't had an argument, man, probably about 6 or 7 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
communication.
Yeah.
Communication is huge. We speak to each other respectfully. So if there's a disagreement, we're talking just like this. There is no raising. We set the rules for our relationship. There is no raising the voice. There is no name calling. There is no silent treatment. I cannot stand no silent treatment. Then, you know, if there's an issue, hey, let's talk about it. I'm very vocal because, hey, if something's going on, let's hash it out. Let's get it done so we can move on. There's no time for pettiness. And I feel like sometimes we'll bring those things into our relationships because it's what we saw growing up, or it's because what happened in our last relationship. And our new person that we're with does not deserve the aftermath of the trauma that you experienced prior. We're big on self-care and meditation and therapy. Y'all, therapy is great. We're huge believers in therapy because we need to heal from the past so that we can be our best mates in our relationship now. So the communication is huge. Yeah,
that's big, man. And I'm telling you that, like, she always says my strengths are guerrilla marketing and all that. Her biggest strength is writing. You know, she has over 1,000 articles published with Livestrong Eat magazine.
Livestrong.com.
Yeah, Livestrong.com. And but she still bounces ideas off me, like, hey, what do you think about this? Should I say it like this? And still, she'll take my advice. If I say something that's, even though she's the writer, if I say something that she feels is better, she'll type it in there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being like, I got this, I'm the writer. You know what I'm saying? So
I value his opinion.
Yeah, we just make it work, man. I love it.
So let's wrap it up with going back into an overview of the ebook that they can get right now. So let's make sure they know where to get that. And then also the challenge, because obviously they missed the earlier one, but we got this new one about to come back. So let's talk about both of those, and then where can they find you?
So our flat stomach ebook, it's called 7 Steps to a Flat Stomach. Everything you need to know to lose inches from your waistline. It's a full program, workouts, your nutrition, coaching. We're teaching you why you gain weight in your midsection, how to get it off, how to keep it off, as well as your workouts. And you can find the ebook. It's $37 at flatstomachebook.com. So flatstomachebook.com. It is available right now.
Right now.
Yes, sir. It's going down. And also you go to our pages as well. Mine is the only Big B, and my wife is the only Nikki J.
Nikki, the only Nikki J. And
you can find everything right there. Just click the links in our bios, and it's all goings downs.
And then what about the challenge?
Oh, the challenge. So which one?
So this will be the January challenge coming up. So our challenge coming up is called Beat the Holiday Bulge. We're gonna help y'all avoid gaining the holiday weight. But in January, we're gonna help you get it off. So you missed the challenge. January, we're going to help you get it off with this new challenge. And it's going to be 5 days of live coaching. You'll get us via Zoom, Q&A, coaching daily, learning how to reframe your mindset, learning how to commit to yourself, gaining that accountability, as well as how to eat how to stay on track with your workouts. That's 5 days of coaching, as well as you'll get 5 days of workouts through our app. And we're having general admission. General admission for that is $97, and VIP to have an hour Q&A privately with us live. None of this is recorded. VIP, you're going to have an extra hour of live Q&A with us via Zoom for 5 days of coaching. We're going to show you, we're going to set you up for kicking off the year right, kicking off the year, not making those mistakes you made before. And I will say this, no dieting involved. We're not diet people. We're not going to put you on eating grass and water daily. Our programs don't involve none of that. You're going to love what you're eating when you're dealing with us, because we want to make sure that the methods are sustainable to not just get you the results, but to keep you there. So that challenge is kicking off in January, and you'll find, so the wait list will be up for that by
January
the time
15th, right?
No, the wait list, honey.
Oh, yeah, the wait list is
will be up by the time this goes live. So you'll find the link.
So the wait list will better get you locked in, and then once it's available, they'll be the first ones to know.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the link for it will be in our bio. So make sure you're following us on Instagram. The only Big B and the only Nikki J and IKKI.
And one thing that you forgot to mention was the fact that with the book, 7 Steps to a Flat Stomach, a lot of people probably think, oh man, I got to do a lot of sit-ups.
Oh,
no sit-ups required.
I think that should be on the cover.
It is
7 Steps to a Flat Stomach, no sit-ups required.
It's on the book. It's on the book cover.
Yes.
No
sit-ups. No.
Definitely. Well, I want to thank you guys for jumping on the pod. I had a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure we could probably go much longer. It's definitely been over an hour, and there's so much value in this podcast episode. It's been my pleasure to have you guys on. I look forward to bringing you back on, talk about the results of the challenge and how your book has also affected everyone. And then obviously, hopefully by then the retreat will be launched or be ready to go. And then, obviously your high ticket offer and things like that. So anything else you want to give the people before we sign off?
Don't feel like you're being selfish, taking time to commit, or don't feel like making yourself as a priority. Making yourself at the top of your list of priorities. That's not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. And I'm talking about self-care. I'm not talking about just going to the spa, getting nails done. I'm talking about taking some time to shut off that computer, get off of social media a couple hours before you go to bed, shut that phone off. I went through a month where I would go on my social, I would post and come off. I did not scroll at all because it was giving me anxiety. So just taking time for yourself to eat healthier, taking time for yourself to work out is not selfish. We can't pour, like you mentioned, when that gas tank is empty, we're not running. We can't pour from an empty cup. And as entrepreneurs, we're in this game because we want to serve. So you can't serve if you're not pouring into yourself first. It's not selfish. Make yourself a priority and commit some time to improving your health and working on yourself. It's not selfish.
And stop putting things off till tomorrow, what you should be doing today. Because I know a lot of people saying right now, man, when the new year comes, I'm going to start working out. Well, start working out now. You know what I'm saying? It's about the goes downs. You heard it from me, your boy, Big B, and the only Nikki J. It's goings all the way downs, man. I'm loving it. I get hyped when I start talking about that stuff, man.
I agree with both of y'all. Those are definitely two amazing last words. And I guess I can add one more thing because Nikki inspires something within me. When you are taking a break or when you are taking that time, don't feel like you were saying, right? It's not selfish to do that, but don't feel guilty taking time for yourself. Sometimes I even had to address that within myself in the past. You feel like you want to go and get things done as a high performing entrepreneur, but you take 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe an hour to yourself. You're like, man, I'm feeling guilty about that. So definitely do not feel guilty taking time for yourself, refueling your cup, watching something on Netflix, going outside, having dinner, calling a friend, going on FaceTime, whatever you need to do. Don't feel guilty about doing that. That's just going to give you more energy to come back and then perform more and get more stuff done. So I had to add to that. But I wanted to thank you guys again for coming on the pod. Like I said, I feel like we family, man. You know what I'm saying already? This was a great conversation. And obviously you guys have you have my support. And for all the listeners and the viewers, I appreciate you guys. This has been another episode of the On the PRST Podcast. See you guys again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Peace.
If you're someone looking to level up in your personal life and also in your business, what if I told you there's only 2 things that you really need to focus on? Number 1 is your routines. If you knock down your routine each and every day, you're gonna be further along in your personal life. The other thing is your rituals. If you knock down your rituals each and every day, you're gonna be further along in your business life. And what if I told you don't have to do this all by yourself? You can be part of an impactful group that's looking to level you up and support you along your journey. What's in the group? Let me give you the sauce. I'm talking about a daily tracker to make sure you stay on point. We read books that impact your life in real time. You get access to a group community where we're there to support one another. And there's 2 group coaching sessions each and every month. And guess what? It's only $1 for 7 days, so you can try it out. And then after that, it's $89 a month. All this value. So click the link below, get in a group. Let's level up your life. Let's level up your business. Let's go to the next level.